What's up, guys? This is Sean and I'm moto vlogging it up and down the street. Driving my 2013 FJR Yamaha 1300. I love this bike. It's a lot of fun to ride. Well, last moto vlog I was talking about the two stolen bikes that I bought and explaining that whole situation. And I got rudely interrupted during the second story about the second bike by my GoPro that decided that the battery died. Let's hope that lady's going left, because that'd be weird. Well, the battery died, so I kind of lost that story. But so I want to jump back into it. So the second story is I was in Georgia and I was buying a bike. It was a 2008 Yamaha R1. It was a pretty good deal, and like most deals that happen in Georgia, we met up in a dark alley. No, it was actually a dark parking lot of like a Kroger's or some type of large, you know, like a Wise or a Giant or a whatever mini mart you have, Piggly Wiggly or whatever mini mart you, no, not mini mart, whatever like large grocery store you have in your area. It was that type of thing. We met up in the parking lot, and I looked at the bike. I compared the VIN on the title to the VIN on the frame. Normally I just checked the last 4 digits. It was fine. The bike ran good. We did the deal. Not sooner than this guy got the money and I got the title was this guy gone. And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, all right, he left. And then later I was I had the bike for a couple days. I rode it around. It ran good. I was actually, I came up with it. I was wholesaling bikes at the time. So I was working with a new contact. And he's like, yeah, I want you to bring all those. I had like 5 bikes I was going to bring to him. I was real excited about this new contact. It was a big opportunity for me. I bring him all these bikes. He likes them. He's looking at them. He's looking at the titles. Everything's going good until he realizes that the R1 title is actually a title for a 2002 R1 that a guy wrote in pen and made that last digit, number 2, look like an 8. And I never noticed it. I mean, now that, you know, since once someone pointed it out to me, it was obvious. It was like, well, of course. So I didn't even try to, you know, of course the guy's not going to buy it. What I was losing in that point was my credibility. And I was just pretty much like, I guess that's it for us, huh? You know, I had no idea, but you're probably never going to want to work with me again. And he was like, yup, that is true. So I took the bike home. Well, they didn't buy any of my bikes. That kind of sucked. I took the bike home and, you know, trying to figure out what do I do with this thing. You know, I had some money into it. I'm just trying to figure out. And so what I did was I called the police. I called Georgia State Police and I told them, I explained to them the situation. I said, I purchased a bike and the VIN number, and this is how the VIN number matches the title. They re-stamped the title. No, they re-stamped the neck of the frame and they took off the VIN sticker. So I told the police officer, I was like, listen, I bought a bike. The title says 2002. The title, the VIN on the title matches the VIN on the frame, but I'm pretty sure it was re-stamped. I'm like, this is probably a stolen bike. And they're like, well, if the VIN on the frame matches the VIN on the title, I mean, they're like, there's no way that we could ever look anything up. And they couldn't do anything. They're like, there's nothing we can do. You know, at this point, you're not doing anything illegal. There's, so that was it. So I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. So I sold it. I mean, so I feel like I did the right thing. You know, I called the police, told them about it. It's possible they could have been like, we're going to confiscate that bike or whatever. They didn't do that. And so I ended up selling the bike on Craigslist. And I told them everything about it. I'm like, this bike's been re-stamped, and the title says this. I called the police, blah blah blah, and I sold it to a military guy who traded a bunch of guns. He traded up. This is normal in Georgia. This is not normal in Pennsylvania. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But in Georgia, that's just like, hey, you cool with trading guns? Like, yeah, I'm cool with trading guns. Of course I'm cool with trading guns. We live in Georgia. And traded a bunch of guns and some cash, and everything worked out. So that's my second story of buying a stolen bike. It was a crummy situation, but what I learned was, always verify that the VIN is the same as the bike. You normally just check the last 4 digits or 6 digits, you'll be fine. And also, the 8th digit, no, the 10th digit from the front or the 8th digit from the back, that's part of a code, and you can look at that digit and see what year the bike is. So if it's of 2000 to 2008, then that digit is going to either be, you know, if it's 2001, that's going to say 1. If it's 2007, it's going to say 7. If it's like a 2011, then that's going to be the you know, A, B, C, D. So I think how it works is if it's a 2010, then it's A. If it's 2011, it's B. If it's 20, so you can figure that out pretty quick. I count from the back because I only want to count 8 digits instead of counting 10 digits. But so that's one thing to learn. Another thing is always look at the title, and that's probably it. That's probably the best thing. That's probably the 2 best things. And if you don't know what you're doing, buy from a dealership or bring someone who knows what they're doing. It's simple as that. But it was definitely an experience. I like to think I did the right thing. It was a bad situation, but you know, I tried to make it better by calling the police, and I think I did the right thing. So, all right, guys, that is my latest moto vlog, and I'm having a lot of fun on this FJR. So I'll see you guys next time, and remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.